In today's video, I'm going to be giving you 8 ways you can improve insulin sensitivity naturally. To be insulin sensitive is the opposite of being insulin resistant. When you're insulin sensitive, the cells in your body are accepting glucose, or blood sugar, as they should. Your blood sugar levels remain normal, and your insulin does as well. However, when you are insulin resistant, your cells are not taking in glucose as they should. This means that your insulin levels will remain high, and your blood sugar levels will eventually creep up as well. And insulin resistance isn't just related to high blood sugar and type 2 diabetes. It is at the root of most modern day diseases. Signs you are insulin resistant include having a lot of abdominal fat, having skin tags, and having difficulty losing weight. So if you are insulin resistant or suspect you might be, here are 8 things you can do to improve your insulin sensitivity naturally. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Kate and I'm a certified health and nutrition coach. I post videos here on YouTube twice a week talking all things insulin resistance, blood sugar management, weight loss, sleep, and more. So if you want to take control of your metabolic health, make sure to click that subscribe button. And you can also find me on TikTok and Instagram where I share new posts every single day. Today's video is sponsored by 𝘾𝙊𝙼𝙍𝙬𝙁 Weight Biology Kit, which allows you to test for insulin resistance at home. This kit tests 8 key biomarkers of metabolic health, which are reviewed by a physician to create your personalized weight biology report. To check out 𝘾𝙊𝙼𝙍𝙬𝙁, you can head to hckate.com/getsowell and make sure to use code KATE10 at checkout to save 10% off your order. Alright, so let's get straight into the tips. Number 1, be smart about carbs. Insulin resistance is caused by high insulin levels, also known as hyperinsulinemia. And it is these high levels of insulin that lead to most of the associated side effects and diseases. So anything you can do to reduce your need for insulin is going to help to reverse insulin resistance. Now, when it comes to the food we eat, foods that are rich in carbohydrates require the most insulin for the body to process. Protein and fat require much less, if any. So reducing carbohydrates in your diet can be a very effective strategy. Less than 100 grams in a day is considered low carb, and less than 50 grams ketogenic. Both of these strategies can work. And there are a few other hacks, if you will, that are like this that make these foods more insulin resistance friendly. I'm not going to go into them today. I have a whole video on the topic, which I'll link above, so make sure to check that out afterwards. Number 2, take a walk. When you eat a meal, specifically one that is high in carbohydrates, your blood sugar is going to go up. And it is insulin's job to take the excess sugar from your blood to your cells, so they can use it for energy. However, when we are insulin resistant, our cells are rejecting the actions of insulin. They're not taking in the glucose as they should. But if we go for a walk right after eating, this allows our bodies to use the energy straight away without the need for insulin. Your muscles can take in the sugar from the blood, reducing the need for insulin. Now, before we get any further, I'm going to quickly tell you about 𝘾𝙊𝙼𝙍𝙬𝙁 Weight Biology Kit, how you can use it to test for insulin resistance at home, and how you can do it to measure how your insulin resistance is improving. Doctors do not routinely run fasting insulin tests. They only look at fasting glucose, which can make finding out if you're insulin resistant difficult. Because insulin resistance can start up to 10 years before you start to see your fasting glucose rise. So a lot of people will be experiencing the side effects of insulin resistance. They'll have skin tags, they'll have difficulty losing weight, they'll have a large waist circumference, but their doctors will tell them that their labs look normal. And this is why what 𝘾𝙊𝙼𝙍𝙬𝙁 is doing is so amazing. They are making insulin resistance testing more accessible by delivering the test straight to your door and getting your results back to you between 2 and 5 days. Everything you need for the test is inside the kit, and everything for mailing it back as well. All you have to do when you receive the kit is to take a quick and painless finger prick, follow the instructions, mail it back, and you'll get your results in a few days. This kit tests 8 key biomarkers, including fasting insulin, to expose metabolic conditions affecting your weight. Again, if you would like to check it out, make sure to head to hckate.com/getsowell. I'll put the link in the description box down below, and use code CAPSULES10 to save 10% off your order. Number 3, prioritize protein. This tip is beneficial because of the role protein plays in satiety. The protein leverage hypothesis states that we will eat until our protein requirements are met. So even if we are eating a lot of carbohydrates and a lot of fat, if we're not meeting our protein needs, then we're still going to be hungry. And I use this example all the time, but this is why it is so easy to just pick at those French fries after you've had a big meal and you're totally stuffed. French fries are pretty much just carbohydrates and a bit of fat. There is no protein in them. So yeah, you can just keep eating them endlessly, it seems. When we get enough protein at our meals, we're less likely to be hungry throughout the day. I generally recommend at least 30 grams of protein at every meal. Number 4, resistance training. Building muscle is another great way to improve insulin resistance. If we have more muscle, we have more room to store glucose. And this is because our muscles are where most glucose is stored in the body. Number 5, skip the snacks. This one ties in with tip number 3 about eating enough protein, because if you get enough protein in at your meals, you're gonna be less likely to snack in between. You're not gonna have those cravings. And this is a good thing because the fewer times that you eat during the day, the less insulin that's gonna be needed, which again is gonna help to improve insulin sensitivity. Number 6, get enough sleep. Studies have shown that when we don't get enough sleep, even just for one night, we become temporarily insulin resistant. So imagine what happens if we're not getting enough sleep on an ongoing basis. Number 7, skip a meal. Intermittent fasting is a way of eating where you cycle between periods of eating and fasting. Generally, intermittent fasting is structured in a way where you spend a certain amount of hours every day in each state. For example, 16-8 means you spend 16 hours a day in a fasted state, and you only eat within an 8-hour window. Usually this means stopping eating around 6 to 8 p.m. and starting eating the next day around 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. But you can also do this where you stop eating later in the evening and then you'll eat a bit earlier the next day. And this tip is pretty straightforward. When you're not eating, there is no need for insulin, and this really supercharges your cell's insulin sensitivity. And it doesn't have to be extreme. Yes, 16-8 is the most popular variation, but even fasting for 12 hours a day and eating all of your food within a 12-hour window can be beneficial as well. Longer is not always better. And number 8, take supplements. Now, I do think that diet is number 1. It is so key when it comes to reversing insulin resistance, but certain supplements can help to enhance your results. Berberine and inositol are 2 natural supplements that can be bought over the counter that have been shown to be effective. And COLLAGEN Health actually has blends of both of these compounds. So if you are checking out their weight biology kit, maybe throw some of these supplements in as well. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for you today. Do you already implement any of these strategies? Let me know in the comment section down below. And make sure to check out COLLAGEN Health's weight biology kit before you go. If you enjoyed this video, you might also enjoy my video on how to eat carbohydrate-rich foods if you're insulin resistant, how to make them more insulin resistance friendly. You can find that video here. If you want to catch up on my most recent upload, you can find it here. And if you want to check out my brand new insulin resistance masterclass that comes with a 7-day sample meal plan, you can find that here. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.